welcome back. So in this section we will look at two major concepts. One is mutating data and the second one is mutating charts. So basically in any what's the need for mutation? Why do we need to mutate? So in data work there are always some scenarios where we have some initial set of data, and later on when we are actually playing around with the data, we would see a scenario where we need to merge or append some data to the existing data. So Streamlit enables this using add row method here. So add rows are the method how we can append data to a Streamlit, and this process is termed as mutation here. And basically before we look into that, let's actually see what mutate data is, and after this we are just going to look at the same process for chart here. So if you look at mutate data here, this is our first chart. Let me actually bring the code here. So if you actually look at this, we have created two data frames. So we have printed the data frame 1, st.dataframe1 and st.dataframe2. So we have printed two data frames here, and after we have this in df, we basically have initialized a data frame which is df1, and for that existing df we just did add rows. So basically the third way of doing this is we could actually concatenate the two data frames and then plot it. That's another way of doing it. So instead of doing that, Streamlit enables us to mutate it without having to use the third data frame. We can actually append the data frame in place. So that's the advantage of mutation here. And coming to charts, the idea is similar. We will use the same add rows here. If we look at mutate chart, the idea is similar. We have a chart 1, we have a chart 2. Basically plot a line chart, then do chart dot the reference you are getting back for the chart, save it in a variable, and do add rows to that, mutate that with add rows, and you basically see a combined list. So let's actually see how our mutate chart looks like. So here if you do mutate, okay, so let's do the chart one here. So we have the first chart, we have the second chart, and we have a combined third chart here. So this is the idea of mutation here. So basically with the initial data, as and when you build the application or process the application, when additional data comes in, you basically don't have to retweak the data. You can just append the new data to your legacy data, and that gets reflected intrinsically. To do that, add rows enables you to do that either for data or for charts. That's the advantage of doing it. In the next application, let's actually see how we can create an Instagram like filter, and we are going to look into that. Until then, that's it for this session. Thank you.